Hi there, welcome to Porthree Demo. Porthree is a portfolio application that we built that allows users, allows individuals to actually create portfolio profiles of perhaps their work, maybe with their resume and information regarding them. So I'm just going to run us through a demo of the application and how it works. And it's a web application, it's still under development, but this is a sample of how it works. So we built, for backend we use Django, and then for front end we mainly use Bootstrap. Okay, and of course we used a templating system, which means we do not use APIs. Okay, so currently it's running on the local host. So I'm just going to fire up a browser. So that's the root domain. So this root domain, we've not yet done much here, but then basically you can either create an account or login once you come to our root domain. Okay, so if I had an account, all I would have to do right now is to log in, but I don't yet have an account, so I have to create one. So okay, so so if you click on the sign up endpoint, you're brought to this page, and in this page I'm going to provide the details of me. So my username can be anyone. I'm just going to say done. My email is just to be any email, but let me just say my email. My email 33 gmail.com. Okay, so for password I'm just going to write a password right there. Okay, and then I will register. Okay, so once I do that, I do have my credentials registered on the database. So right now I am redirected to the login page. So I could so all I have to do is provide the username that I used to create the account, which is done, and then my password is okay. So I have just provided my password, and once I provide my password, I am redirected to this dashboard environment. So currently in my dashboard I do have a user details, yes, endpoint, so which actually gets simply a form that gets more data from me about who I am. So of course, if we are building a portfolio site, we will need your resume, perhaps your profile picture, your email address, your first name, your last name, your career title, your phone number, and perhaps more information about who you are. So so we have this user details model, which we have gotten it displayed through a form here using Django forms. Okay, so I'm just going to get a profile picture right now. So it could be anything, any random stuff, any random image, perhaps a cat. Yes, and my resume. So resume. So I'm just going to pick up something from my computer. So I think I have this CV there, and then from here, so the email is pre-populated because we entered it at startup. So you can always change it. So if you don't want this particular email, all you have to do is just change it here, and then once you submit, it will be updated on the database. So I'm just going to say maybe Don Bossy. I don't know. I just say my name is John Bossy. And Don Bossy is a software engineer. Or data analyst. Okay. And Don Bossy has a number, a phone number. I'll just say this is Don Bossy's phone number. I'm using the default number there. And Don Bossy can give more information about himself. I am Don Bossy. I am I am an avid I don't know, I'm a great a software engineer with over I don't know, 20 years experience. I have worked in the automotive industry, building amazing software. So it could be just anything. So I'm just going to Control C and then Control Shift V. That's just for more information about the person we're dealing with. So, and then after that, I'm going to submit my form. Okay, so we do have a problem. So user details form actually has a form validation. Of course, Django has inbuilt form validation. I have incorporated that into the program. So my phone number is user details with this phone number already exists. So I have a user detail that I registered perhaps during testing. Maybe that's why I've been using it a lot. So I'm just going to change that number to something else. Yeah, I don't think we even have numbers that start with O. And of course I have to choose the picture back. Where's my cute card? Yeah, that's the cute card. And then my resume, CV, I don't know. Okay, so I think every other data is retained in the fields. I can submit. Okay, good. So the evidence that my data has been submitted in my database, I have my cute card here, shows up there. And of course my resume, I also offers my resume, so it's available in another screen. So of course we can see a resume and endpoint here that gives us access to it. So that is currently our resume, and that's it for this specific data. Okay, but then we also implemented the skills area. So we also have a model that manages your skills. So perhaps this person has been using Python, perhaps C, perhaps Java, perhaps R, and then maybe leadership is also, I don't know, people say those are soft skills, I don't know. Then but then I think you have to enter it using this command as the delimiter. So I don't think that's very good for UI, but I think we have to rectify that. And of course, so far we don't yet support feedback. So literally this form has been saved, data has been saved on the database. Okay, so that's it for this form. And here we have your projects. So if you work on projects and you want to tell us about the projects, so you could say, I'll just say Lazaro site. And then you can just say I single-handedly crafted an impressive site for Lazaro Automotive. So it's just stuff that just coming out of my head, so I'm just guessing stuff. Control C. So this is just, let's just say this was a project. So we will create it. So you are giving us the title of your project, and then you have to submit it. Okay. So when you submit it, actually you are redirected back to this same page, and then with, of course, your projects will be shown here, and of course you can delete it. So so you can edit it. So if I do any update here right now here, and then I click on submit, okay, so it's this same Lazaro site, but now of course it's been edited. So let's just say I want to create another site. Control A, Control C. I'll simply just say new, old Lazaro, Lazaro, Shift V. Then I'll submit it. Okay, good. So I've created another project there, and if I want to create another one, I'll create a to delete project. To delete, then I submit. Okay, so we have a to delete project here. So I can delete it by simply clicking on it on this delete button here. and then I have this prompt, that this alert that comes up here to ask me if I want to delete. So yes, so I'm redirected back to this page, but with the other, of course, this actually searches from my database and then renders. Okay, so that's it. Basically, we would need to also create posts, but that's it. Basically, you can create an account, provide your data, and then that's it. And then we can now render that data using this home. So this home actually fetches the current user. So as you can see in the URL showing in my bottom left, there's a done user there. So if I click here, so I would be brought to like a user endpoint that now displays my data. So of course I am Don Bossy, that's the data I provided. I'm a software engineer or data analyst, and this is some information about me. I am in this, and that's some of the tools I've used: Python, C, Java, R, leadership. Leadership is kind of like saying who I am, and then my phone number, and then my email address. I think we still need to do some adjustment or some touches with the UI, and of course my featured projects. These are 2 projects that I worked on, and featured posts. We still have to implement the post aspect. So and then of course my resume is available up here. I think maybe we should remove that a little bit down, so you can access your resume, the resume of this current user here. Okay, so so that's it for this user. So this is when you are logged in, but then what if you are logged out and then we want to visit let's say a particular user? So of course clicking on this logout would actually trigger the logout endpoint, and then it will bring you back to the home page. Okay, so if I try to visit the Don profile when Don is not logged out, I will still be brought to this Don profile, or actually be brought to Don profile. So we can fetch this and maybe showcase this on the dashboard, and of course implement search. So Don, this is Don's information, of course, who they are: Don Bossy, a software engineer, and then their phone number. So anybody can actually come here and then look at, okay, the people that are registered here. So this is just for Don Bossy. Anybody else can register. You can create an account. And of course, Don Bossy, if Don Bossy has to change any information, maybe remove leadership, Don Bossy has to log back in using their username. The username and password, and okay, Don Bossy could as well decide to change his profile picture. Instead of it being a card, let's look for something else. Okay, I think picture of this, that is okay. So we have to submit. That sends back a post request to the database, and Don Boss's image picture just changed, and this endpoint, this is actually the get endpoint. So the get endpoint was whether you are logged in or not. It would now bring you here, and you can, well, basically that's how Porthree works. So we still have a lot of implementations that we are currently working on, but then that's basically how it is. And of course you can access your profile picture here, and of course to your profile. That brings you back to this edit endpoint. Okay, so thank you for going through our demo, our Porthree demo.